Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to Fort Myers, Florida for the 2021 Culligan City of Palms Classic Championship game. This is game 37 out of 37 in this year's Classic. As you look at the hype video here in the arena, I'm John Vittas, joined with Jeff Blair. And Jeff, we've called a lot of basketball this week, but this is the one we've been waiting for.
We have, and yes it is, and I can't wait. Oak Hill is on such an emotional roll right now with a huge win over IMG last night, looking to go back and defend themselves against a previous loss against Montverde Academy, doing it all here at this prestigious tournament, City of Palms Classic.
These are two absolute powerhouses linking up, and a lot of storylines as well. The Oak Hill Academy under legendary coach Steve Smith, who just was awarded with one of the career achievement awards here for the City of Palms Classic, has been at Oak Hill for over 3 decades. He has never won a City of Palms championship. They've been here a handful of times, but a rare opportunity tonight to roll through the most stacked field this tournament has ever seen as we meet the starters here for Oak Hill. And then on the other side, Kevin Boyle. He has taken the Eagles to new heights, a 7-7-7 and 150 record in his career on Montverde. He won 5 state titles in New Jersey at St. Patrick's before building an absolute juggernaut in Montverde, Florida. So,
yes, and comes in here again as the defending City of Palms champion and also the national champion, the Geico national champion. And you know what? He's always got something to prove. Very difficult actually coaching this team because it's a cycle of different players that are in and out all the time. And we had talked about this before. When you've got players that have been around a program for 3-4 years, it's a little bit easier to get some continuity. Not at Montverde, but he does an outstanding job, and they are ready to go tonight.
Now, these are two terrific coaches who have put together rosters that one day would rival NBA rosters. I mean, there are going to be multiple players on both these teams to play professionally and likely to make an impact in the NBA in as early as 2 years from now. You turn the page a few years down the road, you're going to see these names at the highest level. As we looked at the starting 5 there for Oak Hill, their star in this tournament is Chris Livingston. He came into the day as one of only 3 players to average 20 points per game in the tournament. The other 2, Riley Kugel and Denzel Aberdeen, dropped below that threshold. So if he could put up 20 again, Livingston would be the only player in the tournament to average 20. He's got plenty of help. There are 3 Duke commits in this game. That is a theme. Derek Whitehead right here being introduced for Montverde. And then 2 guys on the Oak Hill side, the 7-footer Christian Reeves and Caleb Foster, number 3, a terrific guard.
Looking back at yesterday's game, one of the unsung heroes from Montverde Academy, they had a really big challenge with Milton. Milton came out ready to play, short-staffed really, and Derek Queen came in, scored 10 points off the bench, gave them some great minutes, and I look to see him actually help this team against the taller the taller Oak Hill team.
Oh, this arena is packed. I mean, this is as full as it's been in the year 2021, with the exception of the Fort Myers tip-off title game between Ohio State and Florida a few weeks ago. You see the lighting effects they got going on. This is a big-time feel for a high school basketball game that you're going to watch each player. It's not going to look like a high school game when you look down at the court.
Not at all, and luckily we're playing on a college-regulated court. It's wider, it's longer. It absolutely fits a game like this.
So Oak Hill with the black uniforms with the red and yellow trim. Montverde in their home uniforms yet again. White jerseys with purple and gold trim. And 5-star prospects all over the court.
There's a ton out there. There's also elite players we feel that will be in the league. One of them is number 0 from Montverde Academy, and that's Whitehead. We've been really, really impressed with his play. He's got the body for it as well.
Yeah, he's got a chance to average 20 in the tournament. I think he's around 19 right now, so if he goes 23, 24 plus tonight, he might be up there with Livingston. We've got a scrap for the ball right out of the gates, and that might be an indication of things to come.
It will, and I think that the possession was they may re-jump the ball, but it looked like Whitehead was trying to gain possession. Since he didn't officially have it, they will get a re-jump on here.
Looks like they're not going to add the time back on the clock, so we'll keep it at 7:56. That is Reeves, a 7-footer, against Malik Renew, a 6'7" senior for Montverde, headed to Florida, and Oak Hill does win the tap. So this is Caleb Foster. He is the Duke commit for Oak Hill. He and Reeves both going to Durham next year. Circling through, there's his future teammate Reeves. Here's the kick on the drive. Pull up, tough shot is short. Another loose ball, one.
Hood Schifino will bring it up court. He will go to Indiana, be a Hoosier next year. Coach Woodson was here during the week. Couldn't have any more but great things to say about his future recruit.
And Montverde was trailing at the half last night to Milton, so a slow start but an outstanding finish. They had a huge fourth quarter to put that game away and win by double digits. There is Iwachukwu inside, the future Trojan off the mark. Devin Ree has the rebound for Oak Hill.
Didn't get the basket, excellent ball movement and actually movement without the basketball. Livingston inside, couldn't get it to go and wisely kicks it back out to Foster.
Well, if this game is anything like the IMG Oak Hill game last night, it should be a one-possession game, maybe a two-possession game the entire way. Good quality offensive work. These teams running very advanced sets for their age. This is a nice move by Judah Mintz off the back of the rim, no good. Montverde wants to run. They've got a 4-on-3. Whitehead slicing through, earns the foul and will go to the line.
Beautiful, beautiful dish. Montverde puts so much pressure on you. They get out in a hurry. They love living in transition. As you can see, Whitehead's going to go to the line to shoot two.
Whitehead is the catalyst for this Montverde team. When you look at a roster so stacked, you kind of wonder who's the leader. Who do they turn to in times of need? Because you've got so many different options with so much accomplished already in their young careers. But if you had to pick somebody, it would be this guy, Dariq Whitehead.
And I agree with you. And you see he is the guy that they go to, and he also earns it. You know, he's a hustler. He'll get on the floor. He'll play great D, and he also can really fill it up.
Just the way basketball works, both these teams have lost to IMG already this year, yet both advanced further than IMG in this tournament just a couple weeks later.
Sorry, John. Yes, IMG got the third place finish. They won. They beat Milton. Tough shot in the lane. Reeves gets it. It's going to finish it. But, however, IMG has to be a little disappointed they're not in this game.
Yeah, they almost lost the third-place game moments ago, but a good finish there, and they get that third-place trophy. But this is what they all came for, the title game. Oak Hill now with a 2-1 lead on Montverde. And it seems like in all the Montverde games this week, it's been a low-scoring start as the opponent adjusts to their size and length. Oh, look at Iwachukwu going high, looking for the stuff. Renew instead with the lefty hook shot, and he's able to get it to go.
That's a beautiful baby hook. But Iwachukwu, he wants to lay claim to that rim and break a piece off, and he almost did it with the left hand. That's going to be a nice battle inside, he and Reeves.
2.5 minutes in, both teams with one basket so far. Mintz made some big plays down the stretch in both the quarterfinals and the semis. Here's Livingston's first shot of the night off the mark, rebounded by Iwachukwu. Hood-Schifino pushing tempo, draws the foul on the floor against Foster.
Thought he might have gotten the right arm out there to push off. Looks like Foster actually put somebody on him in front of the official, and that's who they're going to call for the foul.
I don't know about you, Jeff, but I'm excited to see more of Vince Iwachukwu tonight. Against the smaller Milton team last night, he barely played. They went with a smaller look to match Milton. But tonight against the 7-footer in Reeves, the fellow 7-footer, Iwachukwu will go head-to-head with him.
And Iwachukwu going to be a Trojan at USC.
Very active big, number 2 in white. Here's Hood-Schifino from the wing. 3 is no good. Two teammates fighting each other for the ball. Oak Hill takes it away. Livingston ahead. Foster up strong. He reverses it but missed it. And a rebound pulled in by Dylan Mitchell.
Would have liked to have seen him giving up to Livingston. Livingston was ready to raise the roof in this arena.
Oh, Renew with a strong move and another bucket for the future Florida Gator.
Renew, left hand on both sides of the court. Baby hook, soft, good player.
Oh, these teams starting to get loosened up a little bit here. 5-2 Montverde lead. Livingston spinning through, gives it to Mintz. Mintz right around Hood-Schifino, laying it in.
And that Judah Mintz is only 6'3", got great position on Hood-Schifino and put the ball out in front of him and was able to get the spin off the glass. Also, Mintz has been here before with a team, Gonzaga, out of the D.C. area.
Yeah, he was at that Gonzaga program 2 years ago and went a little deeper into Virginia now to play at Oak Hill. Here's a move inside. It's Renew again. 6 early points for Malik Renew.
And Renew, little quiet in last night's game, now coming out and really being a big-time contributor. 6 of the 7 points for the Eagles.
Well, Mintz is in the top 100, but probably should be in the top 50. Made some big-time plays down the stretch, and he recently decommitted from Pittsburgh. He said Pittsburgh is very much still in the mix to get him, but he wanted to reopen his recruiting as Livingston earns a foul.
Big mismatch there with Livingston and Iwuchukwu. Iwuchukwu obviously has the height advantage, but Livingston, he lives on slashing to the basket, positions his body well, and he's going to do great for John Calipari at Kentucky next year.
Would have been going up against one of his future Kentucky teammates in this game, but Sky Clark is hurt. He's another highly ranked recruit on the Montverde side.
6'3" guard is injured, and hoping to see him here at the tournament. Not going to happen. However, I think that Montverde will be okay with the talent that they've had.
Yeah, they've got
that
plenty
they've
of guys,
brought to this tournament.
Plenty of quality options to replace Clark's minutes. We saw Coach Boyle for the first time reduce his rotation a little bit last night. They normally will play about 10 different guys, more like 7 or 8 in last night's game. Fade away for Hood Schifino off the mark. Oh, good rebound. Foster going high to get it. And now pushing a little bit for Oak Hill. Goes around Hood Schifino, not able to score, but free throws coming for Foster.
Hood Schifino is going to question that. He thought he had good position and had his hands in the air, didn't reach, still called the foul. You know, I like what he did on the offensive end. Speaking of Hood Schifino, he actually created some really good space. He missed a shot, but it was a really good possession that I looked that he will actually take advantage of as this game wears on.
Foster off the mark on the first. Gets the second to tie this game at 7. Don't expect either team to stretch too big of a lead in this game.
I don't think so either. Oak Hill is just on such an emotional roll, and I said yesterday they really believe that they're going to win. Not that Montverde doesn't. Oak Hill hasn't. When they came here the first game, they didn't look like the Oak Hill that we had seen before.
Whitehead short, rebounded by Foster. Yeah, Whitehead a little off early on. He was so consistent in the first 3 games and last night in particular, helping them come back against Milton.
Only has 1 point.
Mintz pulls up from 10 and comes up empty.
And he is cold from last night's flame-throwing game that he had.
Oh, look at the help from Reeves coming over to get the block. Second effort by Renew is no good, and it's Foster scooping it up underneath. Livingston with no numbers. Finds an open Foster. Foster drives, kicks, and it's an offensive foul. Renew drawing it for Montverde.
Great job. Renew knew he was going to take a beating, put his body on the line, and positioned himself well.
Montverde getting blowout wins in their first 2 games. A 25-point win over Berkmar in the first round. A thumping of nationally ranked Orlando Christian Prep in the quarterfinals, 75-34.
And that game really shocked me, John. I thought OCP would really put up a better effort.
And they just didn't make any shots in the first half, and it didn't get much better as that game went on. Evans for 3, and he's short. And then last night was their closest battle. They won by a total of 15 points against Milton after they did trail at halftime.
I'm impressed with all the second and third chance opportunities that Montverde Academy has given themselves. They just have to convert.
Milton jumped the passing, or rather, Mintz jumped the passing lane, but Montverde able to recover, and Hood Schifino buries the 3.
Yeah, great find, great shot, almost a turnover. Judah Mintz is always going to be active.
And there is a turnover from Mintz. So Mintz is definitely a little bit off to start this game, but he seems like a second half kind of player.
If you're Steve Smith, do you like how your team has come out, not necessarily shooting the ball well, but come out and performed with the energy? What are your thoughts?
I'm going to say no. I think it hasn't been a terrible start, but we saw what they're capable of the last 2 games, and they're just a smidge off right now. They're not far off from quickly flipping a switch, but anybody who faces Montverde against the size that they possess is going to have an adjustment period, and I think that's what we're watching right now from Oak Hill.
Tybo Bailey is in for Oak Hill. He started the first game when they began this tournament. He's coming off the bench ever since. Shot goes up for Gregory. We haven't heard of him or heard from him in this first quarter. Good jumper from the wing.
That was Mitchell.
Mitchell.
The Texas commit makes the shot. He's had some thunderous dunks in this tournament. But Gregory is an underrated guy going to ETSU. He's not as high as his teammates in the rankings, but a really good player and is going to have a big part of this game. Reeves has had his minutes so far with the 7-footer on the other side. That jumper rolls in for Livingston. Every team that's faced Montverde has had a slow first quarter, with maybe the exception of Milton, but there's just such an adjustment to their size. Hood-Schifino elbow jumper off the mark. Rebound taken by Gregory.
And there he is, number 23 on the Oak Hill team, Gregory, slashing inside for 2 and missed the shot.
That is a play that Livingston will make 99 times out of 100. Oh, that one was laying on the floor. Mitchell feeds it inside, and there's the youngster, Derek Queen, a sophomore, puts it in.
And how about sharing the basketball? These guys, they get open, and their teammates find them. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh, heavily contested three. Mintz, did he get it off? He did. Judah Mintz in the right place at the right time. Gets Oak Hill a bucket at the buzzer to make it a one-possession game as we head to quarter number 2 here on the Varsity Sports Network. John Vittas joined by Jeff Blair as we witness the championship game of this 2021 Culligan City of Palms Classic, the first tournament in 2 years. Obviously last year's tournament canceled because of all the travel issues during COVID, so it's been a long time coming, and it feels really good to have this event back.
It really does, and you can tell with the electricity in the crowd, they're happy to be back, and there's been some great basketball this week.
And this is the culmination of it all. 2 of the best teams in the field going head-to-head for the title. Oak Hill has never won it. Montverde has won it 4 times. Look at KJ Evans make a move, but rejected by Livingston.
Great defensive play by Livingston. He has the ability, obviously, to get it and bring it back up, which makes him even more dangerous and versatile for Oak Hill.
Livingston, guarded by Mitchell, hands to Tybo Bailey. Bailey made some big free throws in the final minute of the win yesterday over IMG. Foster gives it to Mintz.
Gregory's planting himself underneath on the block for Oak Hill. Really wanted it.
Judah Mintz gets all the way around and scores.
And we were just talking, Judah Mintz needs to get into this game, get into the flow. He's doing that right now. He was such a spark plug during during the victory last night over IMG.
Whitehead over the top of the zone, no good. Easy put back for Mitchell. Mitchell has been a presence in this tournament. The number 18 senior in the country going to Texas, a transfer from Bishop McLaughlin.
And the pace is starting to heat up a little bit.
Mintz open for 3, book it. Judah Mintz ties the game.
And he's feeling it right now, the energy, the body language, and they feed off of him. Super athletic 6'3" guard.
It's a little 1-3-1 trap, it looks like, from Oak Hill. That one a little short. Gregory the rebound.
And that will be a super big key for Oak Hill, is to limit the second chance opportunities for Montverde Academy. And inside, they just missed the pick and roll for the big man.
Foster gives to Livingston. Livingston back to Foster. Foster on the baseline. Floater over Queen is way too strong. Gregory battling down low, wins his team another possession. Livingston splits the defense, splits another pair, got it to go, but it's an offensive foul. Impressive play by Livingston, but it won't count.
John, you've got to play under control. I love Livingston. He missed Judah Mintz on the left wing. Mintz is hot. You got to get it to your hot hand.
I agree. It's 21. Justin McBride comes in for Oak Hill. 6'8" junior. These are pretty senior-heavy teams, but you got a sophomore in there right now in Derek Queen, and that says a lot about his development. You've got some juniors and seniors over there on the bench right now with the sophomore Queen, the trusted guy at the 5, and Evans, a junior, at the 4.
Queen's got to play a little bit bigger, has the hands down.
Oh, Hood-Shafino had a look, didn't take it. Instead, it's a good interior pass. Mitchell to Queen for 2.
And that's just playing together and trusting one another. Excellent, excellent possession.
That was an impressive set by Montverde. Getting the youngster involved, and a great pass by Mitchell. On the drive, here's the kick. Bailey for 3, you bet.
How about that? Just coming into a game like this, you might be a little cold. Calmly knocks it down.
Oh, there's Mitchell from the free throw line. Couldn't get the bank shot. Rebounded by Bailey. Foster will slow it down. Now he slices inside. Foster to the rim, and it's batted away. Mitchell with the block. Whitehead pushing tempo. Pass. Evans, a foul.
Evans went down hard on that hip. He's going to get up and shoot 2 free throws. But how about the big guy running the floor?
Yeah, Evans, one of the highest ranked juniors in the country, the number 2 junior in the country, according to 24/7 Sports. They've got Kentucky and Maryland as his top 2 options right now, but still plenty of time for him to make a decision. Evans went to Baltimore Poly, so he's from the DMV area. And they have another Baltimore native on their team in Queen. Queen went to St. Francis, a team that was in the city of Palms field a couple years ago.
St. Francis, a dominant presence in that D.C. area. Still in the top 25 right now, high school basketball. Actually, I think the top 10
And so even though you've got a Florida team here in the finals, there is a strong DMV presence here at the tournament. You've got Oak Hill from Virginia. You've got these Maryland transfers. And earlier today, we saw St. John's College, who was the Washington, D.C. Participant in the tournament.
Both of these teams have a pretty wide reach when it comes to getting talent.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Kevin Boyle, originally from New Jersey, was at St. Patrick's, won 5 state titles there. And we talked about Sean McAloon for IMG in the previous game from the Maryland area. So they're bringing in some guys from up north and mixing it in with the talent here down in Florida.
Crowd is just sitting back patiently waiting to explode. They want to cheer somebody on with a big play. And it's about to happen. You can feel it.
Offensive rebound, and a travel is called as Gregory shuffled with it.
Steve Smith pacing the sidelines, over 30 years of coaching experience. He's been the National Coach of the Year 4 times. His team's won a national title 9 times, the last time in 2016. Again, big stage is no big deal to him.
I mean, this is pretty much a dead heat if you're trying to handicap this one. Now, the one advantage Montverde seems to have is how well they play at this event in particular. They are 27-3 at the City of Palms Classic. They've won 4 titles in 7 appearances in this tournament, all in the past decade.
It's incredible.
They won the last one in 2019 as well, so they are the defending champs.
Kevin Boyle does a great job. You have to be committed, though, to the team if you want to play for him. Defense and selflessness are key components.
Oh, look at Bailey tap that one around. Hit the official. That'll be out of bounds. Midway through the second quarter here, 1-point game. Montverde Eagles in front.
And Livingston still on the bench. Number 20 for Oak Hill. I thought that he would take a quick blow and get back in the game.
Oh, Hood-Schifino tracks down his own miss, gets it back on the third attempt now, and he passes to the Oak Hill bench. He thought he had a teammate back there and did not.
No one came to the ball. That was a tough one. He's in among the trees. Everybody collapsed on him. Nowhere to go but to throw it out of bounds. Tight game, 20-19. Still 3:35 left here in the second, John.
Oh, Mintz, a lot of contact, and that's, I think, an offensive foul. Yeah, Mintz on the push-off gets whistled for it.
Good job, Malik Renew. Great lateral movement from that young man, number 5 for Montverde Academy. Renew also played here in 2019 with Matter Academy over in Miami. Played for a coach by the name of Shaky Rodriguez. A lot of people may know that name. Unfortunately has passed away. Rest in peace to Shaky. They got the victory, just a one game in 2019.
Yeah, there are quite a few returnees from last, or I should say 2 years ago's field. Offensive foul now on Montverde.
So the game has kind of hit a standstill. We were maybe thinking this would be a little higher scoring game, as the last game was one of the highest scoring halves that we'd seen this week.
Yeah, both teams were close to 50 points at halftime in the third place game between Milton and IMG. Different story in this one. We've seen plenty of games like this in the tournament, though, as Foster lost it. Look at Evans go down and get it and then give the outlet pass. Whitehead wants to run, trying to get around Mintz, puts up a crazy shot. Offensive rebound. Mitchell, he'll score. Reeves goaltended, and it went in anyway.
Yeah, Reeves just hangs around the basket and picks up anything that just is loose out there. We call it garbage, but he's the guy to do that. You said head into Texas. They're getting a good player. Also, Iwachukwu back in the game. I'm anxious to see how he and Reeves really match up on the block and if they utilize those guys and see if they can start getting some paint production from either team.
Yeah, those two played nearly the entire first quarter. We haven't seen them much in the second, but you got that 7-footer on 7-footer matchup between Reeves and Iwachukwu.
Last night, Montverde scored 30 points in the paint against Milton.
Oh, Mintz just continues to change directions. And we've got a foul underneath, and it's on. Actually, it's a 3-second call on Reeves. So, yes, standstill would be the operative word right now.
It is. It's there's a bit of a lull, and, again, even I'm expecting something to happen, but two great teams. The strategy of both Steve Smith and Kevin Boyle, two of the finest coaches in the country, and I include those to be college and or high school.
Iwachukwu threw it away, was looking for Mitchell. Getting down the floor is Mintz. He beats the defense and lays it home.
Wow, he is lanky anyway, one long step, and he is under the rim protecting that basketball, and really for him got an easy basket.
Judah Mintz, the first man to double figures in this game. He's got 11 of Oak Hill's 21. Whitehead straight on, a long three, no good.
And he's come up empty several times. Good job, Renew, keeping it alive for Iwachukwu for the easy two.
Renew has been their hustle guy in this game. Makes another play to extend the lead back to 3. Minute and 30 left to go in this first half. Foster looking for somewhere to go. Reeves in the corner gives it back to him. Foster stopped, now started, finds Tybo Bailey. It's no good, and Whitehead's going to head the other way. Whitehead around Mintz, easy dunk.
Looks like Judah took a shot to the groin area, unintentional, of course, and Whitehead got the easy score, the easiest look he'll probably have all night.
Yeah, you're right. He's grabbing that left thigh.
Montverde's defense is really stepping it up right now. They are contesting everything.
Oh, Foster got down and got that one. Circles around.
Thought he might have stepped on the out-of-bounds line underneath.
Yeah, it was close. Got about a 14-second difference. Shot the game clock. Reeves on the slip. They don't use him. Foster going to burn more time. 15 on the shot clock. Mintz not wasting any time. He gets downhill and is blocked from behind by Mitchell.
Wow, great recovery time from Mitchell. Yeah. So athletic, so long to be able to get that block and not commit the foul.
Yeah, he is very, very long, and Mitchell has great closing speed on both ends. 10 seconds to go. Montverde is going to have the lead here at halftime. How much will it be? Hood Shafito, no. Tapped around. Mitchell ended up with it, but we have a foul on the rebound against Renew.
Yeah, it was over the back of the smaller Foster.
5-point game. Oak Hill has 1.9 to try and get closer. Foster is being double teamed, and the Oak Hill staff wants to give Mint some more help. They throw it to Reeves. Reeves turns and had it partially blocked by Iwachukwu, and that will do it for the opening half. Jeff, a 5-point Montverde lead. What changes need to be made for Oak Hill in the second half?
Well, I think both teams just need to really calm down. Montverde Academy is getting some really good looks. This game really could be in tow already if they would have shot a higher percentage from the field. I know Whitehead has not hit some shots that he's normally hit. So I think that, for Montverde, they got to keep continually do what they do right now. I would love to see Iwachukwu be more involved. For Oak Hill, I think that they're being defended very, very well. They've got to find out a way to get some easier shots. Everything's being contested right now.
Well, we can pretty much guarantee you the second half is going to be better than the first. That one's one thing we do know with relative certainty right now. 26-21, Montverde's got the lead here on the Varsity Sports Network. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with some halftime stats and the start of quarter number 3. Getting ready for half number 2 between Oak Hill and Montverde, 2 of the all-time high school powerhouse programs. Montverde looking for their 5th championship in the last decade, and Oak Hill has never won one. They've been here just a few times over the years. It's a 5-point margin right now. Jeff, looking at the box score, the one thing that stands out to me, only 2 turnovers in that entire half for Montverde. If they take care of the basketball like that again in the second half, they can shoot 39% again and still win the game.
Yeah, that's incredible, especially with the way that this pace of the game started out going. And, I agree. All they have to do is hit shots right now. They're getting open looks. On the other end, Oak Hill is really not getting those looks. I would think that Oak Hill would want to try to go in the paint and work from the inside out. Reeves only has 2 points. He's the big 7'1" center going to Duke. And, nothing else has worked. We've got Foster and Livingston trying to drive, penetrate. Montverde's played great defense.
Yeah, I looked at the box scores from yesterday, and another number I missed last night really told a scary tale for Oak Hill. Last night they made 28 baskets, only 7 assists on those 28 baskets.
Wow.
And it seems like it's a little bit more like that again tonight, where they're having to make outside shots. They're not as crisp with their ball movement. Montverde has more size than IMG does, so that could be a factor as well. But I think Oak Hill's got to share the basketball a little bit better and, of course, not turn it over.
That's a great point, and I couldn't agree more. And we said that at the top of the telecast. You've got to be selfless when you play at Montverde Academy. It's been a successful characteristic of the program, and you're seeing it here right now.
Montverde 9-2 on points off turnovers in that first half. Another lopsided number in the box score and what was a pretty low scoring half. 26-21, Montverde with the lead. Oak Hill gets the ball first. Judah Mintz has been their go-to guy, 11 points in this game.
And then we see inside, Reeves is getting position on Iwachukwu, but they're just really not looking into the paint as he flashes open.
Oh, Mintz, all kinds of contact from Whitehead, no call, and a rebound handled by Iwachukwu. Got to give these Montverde guards some credit. They're so big, sometimes we forget that they're guards, but Hood Shafino, Mitchell, Whitehead, they have been very solid in this game. Oh, Renew, completely uncovered, lays it in.
He's found his sweet spot. He hit 2 of those nice baby jumpers in the first half. He has great feel and touch around the basket.
There have not been many colleges in this City of Palms Classic that have multiple commits. We saw a couple Miami commits. There's also a couple Florida commits, and Renew and Denzel Aberdeen are going to be terrific for the Gators next year. We've got a jump ball, and the arrow keeps it with Montverde.
I agree, and it's nice to see those 2 players out of the state stay home and play for the Gators.
Good inside feed. Iwachukwu met by good defense, and Mitchell is able to go up high and flip it in.
The big guy, you saw that big arm up there. He just hangs around. He's content with getting anything that comes off the rim on the fringe.
Largest differential of the night, a 9-point lead for Montverde. Oak Hill has got to be better here to try and keep this game within reach.
Well, yeah, this could be a blowout if they're not patient or if they're not careful.
This is Livingston, their best player. One-on-one, will shoot over the top of the D and hit.
Well, I was shaking my head no, but now that shot went in. It looks good. I'm not sure if that's what they want to rely on for the rest of this half.
Oh, and a turnover, a rare one. Here's Mintz the other way. Mintz will step back. Oh, he was going to shoot it and thought better of it. Reeve flips to the far side, Foster.
Smart play. You've got to look inside. Mismatch in there.
Oh, Mintz, so much touch. Cuts it to 4. So a 9-point margin becomes a 4-point margin in a blink. And Oak Hill right back in it. 13 for Mintz. There's Renew at the elbow. Good inside feed. Mitchell throws it down.
Wow, outstanding court vision from Renew. And you know, how about this? You got to be patient when you play for Montverde Academy. He barely got minutes last night. He could have sulked. Comes back in as a major factor for the Eagles tonight.
You could see those two building a connection, Mitchell and Renew. Oh, heavy collision. Is that offensive? It is.
Trying to do too much right now and really should be spreading the floor out.
That is 3 on Livingston. That is a major development here.
And I think they really have to stick with him right now, John. I don't think they have another opportunity.
Yeah.
32-26. Again, as you mentioned, this game could get out of hand quickly because Montverde can score points on you before you can even blink.
They're in this zone again. I think we called it a 1-3-1 earlier, maybe a 2-1-2 or some sort of trapping defense. Mitchell dumps it down low. Iwachukwu around Reeves, goes up strong but missed it. Oh, and then a couple of Warriors battle each other for the board, and Iwachukwu comes away with it. It's tapped away. A 2-on-1 developing for Oak Hill. Foster goes up strong and finishes.
Was there any doubt that Foster was going to take that? He was determined to go to the basket. He went hard and strong and got 2.
Especially since there were a couple of Montverde trailers there. I mean, had he tried to pass it, they may have become a factor. And again, Oak Hill trying to slow Montverde down with this little zone trap.
Great hustle. I love it when players get on the floor and scrap. That's what you saw with Oak Hill.
Part of the reason they're doing this is to keep Livingston out of foul trouble. Mitchell got stuck, lobs to Hood Shafino, already more than halfway through the shot clock. Bounce pass to the corner, Renew fires it. It was deflected by Mintz. Whitehead's got it. 6 on the shot clock. Long 3, no good. Mitchell the offensive rebound. Mitchell goes up strong, no good. Blocked well by Foster. It's loose underneath. Renew lost his footing, and I think they called a foul on Oak Hill.
It could have been called a travel as well.
It is a foul on Reeves.
And I really have to point to Livingston on that possession, John. He did not box out. And that allowed Mitchell to get in there and give his chance a second, or give his team a second chance opportunity, and then also a costly foul that was called there as well.
Bounce pass underneath and a block by Reeves. Iwachukwu might have shuffled his feet, and then he draws the foul.
Wow, great block by Reeves. Second one not so good, and it's starting to heat up a little bit, get a little physical. You see some of the emotion coming out in the players and some frustration from Oak Hill.
Yeah, this is a power-on-power kind of game, not in terms of the programs, but in terms of the physicality. I mean, these are big, strong kids going at it. Iwachukwu's first is good. His future head coach, Andy Enfield, made his name down here in Fort Myers at FGCU, that Dunk City team back in 2013. And, boy, USC has become a major factor out west.
Recruitment of the Mobley brothers put them back on the map.
Yeah, the younger Mobley's still there.
That's right. One in the NBA right now. And now you're going to add this young man.
Oh, here's a trap from Montverde. Foster able to break it. Good inside feed, Reeves. Reeves had to give it up. Livingston down the baseline. Oh, he wanted a dunk there and was met in the air. the other way. Ree hits the 2.
And there he is. We had just said, where is Ree? Ree had not played. He played 6 minutes and 22 seconds in the first quarter, scored no points, only took 1 shot.
Yeah, he is an LSU commit. What a job by Schifino to leap across midcourt and save it. And then on the other side, Mitchell able to save it here on the base or the sideline. Good inside feed to the back door. Renew goes up strong and reverses it in.
Once again, smart player. Used the rim as a protector from the defender and went up with rather easy up and under shot.
Incredible footwork and agility from Hood, Schifino, and Mitchell to keep that possession alive. Foster, now Livingston one-on-one with Mitchell. That is a great matchup. Reeves sets the screen. Livingston pulls up from 18. Nope. Reeves kept it alive, got it to Mintz. Mintz gets Iwachukwu in the air. His shot doesn't go, but there for the putback is the 7-footer, Christian Reeves.
Great follow, and right now you've got to look inside as they are on the pick and roll. He's been open several times in the paint, begging for the basketball, and you got to feed the big man.
2:30 to play in the third quarter. This one's starting to get better and better as it goes along. The title game, game 37. Inside feed, backdoor cut. Mitchell lays it in.
Wow, they so skilled, and I'm sure they practice these types of plays, and it comes out in the game. Just excellent awareness, court awareness, and great passing from this Montverde team.
12 points for Mitchell to lead the Eagles. There's Foster, got the foul call, missed the jumper though. He'll have 2 free throws.
Charge the foul, number 24, Jalen Hood-Schifino. That's his second team first, and it sends Caleb Foster.
Gregory set to come in for Oak Hill. Be another big body in there.
Yeah, he made a major impact on those first couple games for Oak Hill. Gregory, kind of that junkyard dog mentality, just scrapping around for rebounds, slightly undersized as a big guy, but has a nose for the ball and is not shy.
Iwachukwu will have to come out. I believe there's some blood on the jersey. We've seen this a couple times in a few games here in the tournament. Evans will come in with for him, and Evans has done a great job for Montverde when he got the opportunity in the first half.
Looking back at some of the history here, we mentioned Montverde, the defending champs. Out of their 2019 City of Palms title team, there's only one player left that's currently on the roster.
And as Whitehead.
That is Derek Whitehead. He had 12 points on just 5 field goal attempts in that championship win, 63-55 over IMG.
Wow, and it was a barn burner, and the place was rocking. I lost my voice, which I'm probably anticipating doing tonight at some point in time.
And there were multiple guys now in the NBA on that team for Montverde as the 3 is off the mark from Evans. Most notably, Cade Cunningham, who had only 7 points in that game.
And Scotty Barnes was a machine.
Yeah, Barnes had 15 points and 12 rebounds.
And I believe he got the MVP of the tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and he had played in 2 or 3 City of Palms Classics.
Reeves is wanting the basketball inside, really not in position there. They pushed him off the block.
There is Gregory, off balance, shot is good. And just like that, Oak Hill is closed to within 2.
Good to see him get on the scoreboard as well again in the second half, and that will hopefully, I'm sure, for Steve Smith wanting him to get going.
Oh, that one was batted away for a moment by Livingston. It ends up with Whitehead.
Yeah, that's some intense pressure with the double team on Renew.
Montverde, not much going yet on this possession. 8 to shoot. Hood Schifino gets inside. His floater is short. Crashing in is Mitchell, and Mitchell makes another big play for Montverde.
Do I have to say it again? I'm so impressed with him. You don't have to give him the ball. He's like the Dennis Rodman in this game. He is just going to be there to pick up any loose ball, any rebound, and he has been huge this game for Montverde.
Yes, huge. He is in the right place at the right time on seemingly every possession. Foster gets the foul call there. And Foster, to me, has been more assertive in this game than in the previous 3.
He has, and not much productivity. Only had 1 point in that first half, so they do need him to get more involved in the offense.
And he's obviously got a world of talent, one of the top-rated players in the country, one of the only juniors who's already committed. And if you get an offer from Duke, why wouldn't you commit?
Why not? And he's, like you said, only a junior. and has already committed, and Coach K will be retiring. This will be his last year as the coach. John Scherer, who's been the associate head coach and really been the recruiter for them, will take over the head job there.
I think it says a lot about John Scherer that they still have so many high-level commits, even with Coach K out of the fold starting next year. 2-point game, Whitehead on the drive, blocked by Reeves, and a foul call. And I think the fans are getting a little frustrated. This game's being called very tight.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I would agree with. There's been a lot of suspect calls or non-calls on the other end, so there is some frustration there. I thought Reeves might have gotten that that block. He might have gotten the wrist a little bit as well. Regardless, the official called the foul, and Whitehead will go shoot 2 for the Eagles.
And Reeves is one of those Duke Blue Devil commits.
And Reeves is there's so much upside to his game. I think he's going to get that college body once he gets in that weight room, and I think that he will be a player that we will be seeing in the future and possibly in the NBA. 7'1", very versatile, and can hit that outside shot as well, which is very important.
Whitehead's second is down. It's a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Mintz at the buzzer, almost got it to go, but Montverde hangs on to the lead for now. They led by 5 at halftime. They lead by 3 as we head to the 4th and final quarter of the 2021 Culligan City of Palms Classic. We will step aside here on VSN.
Dude, great thinking.
I kind of want to look at that too.
All right, let me mark up real quick.
Yeah.
Renew and Whitehead combines shooting numbers.
Oh.
That's correct. How about that? Juwan's a winner. He gets a swag bag from Coffee. All right, Jordan, where are you? Jordan, come on here.
3-point field goals, 10%. Is this for the game as of through the 3rd?
Yep.
I'm going to ask you a question real fast. See how smart you are. Who was the most valuable player of the 2019 City of Palms?
Look at.
Bringing you back to Fort Myers as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Got some interesting numbers here to look at. Malik Renew and Dylan Mitchell combined are 12 for 16 from the field. Montverde, the only reason they're not up by more, 1 for 10 from beyond the arc, Jeff, because they have 12 offensive rebounds and they're +5 in the turnover battle. So they've had more shot attempts than Oak Hill. They've had 8 more shot attempts, but they're only up 3.
Yeah, 10% from 3-point land is not good. But you look, they've been living in the paint, 28 points in the paint this game, which only 18 for Oak Hill. And we've been talking about that. Oak Hill really maybe needs to try to establish some type of presence in the lane.
Before we get going here in the 4th quarter, we do want to give a special thank you to our crew here at the Varsity Sports Network, going through 37 games. Bobby Latmore and Ontavius McCullough, our 2 producers, our cameraman Tiger, and then the other broadcast members of the crew. Riley Shepard has been here for every game all week long, and J. Webb Horton, who helped us out a lot on color. Alan Woodard has been here for a lot of the tournament. And why don't we give the PA guys a shout out to our good friends Ryan Murphy and Nate Jackson downstairs, doing a great job here at this tournament. And I thank you too, Jeff. It's been a pleasure.
Well, I've had the time of my life. I always do, and really awesome time working with you, really for the first time. And it's just been a fun week, and to end it like this with a close game, it's pretty special.
So with that said, it's time to buckle down. 4th quarter, 3-point lead for Montverde. The fouls are starting to mount a little bit on both sides. Neither team near the bonus quite yet, but we've seen some calls made on plays where maybe we wouldn't have seen calls made in other games in this tournament, but these officials want to keep this one clean because these teams have a lot of size and strength, and if it gets too chippy, it could get real ugly.
Yeah, Livingston with 3 fouls for Oak Hill, and that's been to their detriment. Only 7 points this game, and he is really one of those streaky scorers that can score in bunches that they need to come alive. 7:45 left to do it. Only down by 3 to Montverde Academy.
Mintz having trouble finding somebody, has to lob to Foster, who got there at the last second. Every possession critical now in a 3-point game. Here's Mintz. So quick, gets downhill but couldn't finish, and a late foul call.
Is that going to be on Evans? Not sure who they'll call that on.
It is Evans. Boy, the free throw line has been a friend for both teams as these fouls have mounted.
And Judah Mintz just hanging around, begging for the ball, and actually probably the most productive player right now for Oak Hill.
Yeah, he's been very consistent throughout the tournament, and 13 points right now to lead the Warriors, missing, though, the first one.
Free throws are going to be so important down the stretch here, especially, as you mentioned, with the fouls that are mounting, especially with the kind of play that he is, which is driving.
Mintz has scored 51 points through the first 3 games. He is averaging, including tonight, right around 17 points per game. 2-point margin. Here's Evans flashing at the line, and a travel is called.
Yeah, he had the little stutter step, but unfortunately he had the ball when he did it. Turned the ball over.
That is only the 5th turnover of the game for Kevin Boyle's team.
That's impressive. We mentioned that the turnovers were a little high for this Eagle team coming in on the last couple of games, and they've done a great job to eliminate those.
Here's Foster turning the corner again, drawing some doubles. Here's a jump shot. Gregory, no. Kept alive, though. That was Reeves on the tap, and the putback for Judah Mintz.
Wow, 6-3. Good box out by Renew. Reeves couldn't get anywhere because of the box, but allowed Judah Mintz to get in there and get the basketball.
Boy, Mintz is tough. Livingston gets the steal. He somehow finds Mintz with his back to the play. Livingston, a contested 3. Book it! Livingston over Evans, and Oak Hill takes the lead. Kevin Boyle wants a timeout. The Warriors have come alive here in the final quarter. Oh, Montverde has led for nearly this entire game. Oak Hill has had just 50 seconds in front, and they will add to that now as the coaches got into it a little bit there at the half, or at the timeout call. You could see them drawing a little bit.
Absolutely. Kevin Boyle is steaming at his team right now. And, you know, here is that momentum starting to shift a little bit over to Oak Hill. They are an emotional team. They're driven by that, and they're running off of Judah Mintz right now. He is the high octane that's in this fuel.
Well, Montverde is not a stranger to playing from behind in this tournament. They trailed for 16 minutes in last night's game. That's half the game against Milton. They actually only had the lead for 11 because there were a lot of ties in that game as well. And so Montverde has come from behind as recently as last night. They were losing in the third quarter of that game to Milton.
And the beauty is it doesn't matter when you get it. Well, it does matter. It matters that you have the lead at the end of the game. That's when it really, really matters. But this is going to be an uphill battle. The crowd, you feel, is kind of behind Oak Hill, and we'll see what happens. We've got 6:36 left here in the fourth with Oak Hill leading by 3.
Well, this crowd, they've seen Montverde raise the trophy 4 times in the last decade. They want to see a legendary program like Oak Hill get a taste of it and hopefully come back for years to come.
But not so fast, because Montverde has some incredible talent, and they are primed. They've been in these games before. This is nothing new and pretty much customary to their program.
By the way, folks, if you want to entertain yourself, go look at the alumni lists for both of these programs. Unbelievable, the type of talent they have churned out. That is a tough shot by Hood Shafino, completely turned aside by Reeves.
Great job by Reeves getting that block and not fouling Hood Schifino.
To me, this is a coming out party for Christian Reeves. He was not in the top 200 coming into this tournament, but he has played nearly this entire game and played well. Here's Mintz through the legs, pulls up, leaning in. Judah Mintz forcing it through.
Huge, huge basket, shaking his head now, basically saying no one can guard me.
He is DC tough. Judah Mintz making a name for himself here with Oak Hill. He has been here before. So is this guy, Dariq Whitehead, around the screen. Double teamed, had to give it up. Hood Schifino.
Got to rotate quickly here. That's a foul. It's going to go on Renew.
Oh, Renew on the moving screen, and now you can really feel this crowd getting behind Oak Hill.
John, he dipped the shoulder slightly, and these officials are trying to keep control of the game, and that's part of it, calling that type of foul.
That is 3 fouls on Renew to go with 3 on Evans.
Foster's bringing it up, met by Schifino, and somebody's open with that double team, and too much dribbling maybe at times for this Oak Hill team.
Mintz fades away, no good. Livingston tried to punch it. Can they save it? They do. Here comes Mitchell into traffic, drops it off. Hood Schifino is fouled.
That's a good foul. If it's on Livingston, that's bad news for Oak Hill.
And it is. That is the 4th foul on Chris Livingston.
John, I thought that Oak Hill, though, did a good job in the defending that in their transition defense. Getting back, they did get the foul. Schifino is winded. He'll shoot 2. Remember, but he has to work for all of that.
Remember, Livingston was the one who tried to dunk that ball down and then fell, and somehow he made it back down the court to commit that foul and not allow a layup.
Yes, both teams just greyhounds getting out in transition. That time the defensive transition, and Schifino, as I said, was a little winded. He missed that one.
Yeah, he is a great shooter, but he is off tonight. 1 for 9 from the field, and now he misses a free throw as well.
McBride into the game for Oak Hill, number 21, played also some significant minutes in that first half.
Makes the second, cuts it to 4, and here comes the pressure from the Eagles. They've won the turnover battle so far, but we haven't seen them fully turn it on with their trap, and obviously with their size, they can cause some trouble.
Too much dribbling right now, and the inside is open.
Oh, Gregory had it blocked by Iwachukwu, but keeping it alive was McBride.
To break that press effectively, you've got to pass the basketball. Just a little too much dribbling from Foster, trying to make something happen on his own.
Shot clock never reset. It's down to 2. There's a fadeaway, got a piece of the rim, but Whitehead secures the rebound for Montverde.
It's a really bad possession for the Warriors, and now Dariq Whitehead wants to do something about it. It looks like he got fouled by Reeves, and he'll go to the line to shoot.
Yeah, Reeves commits his 3rd. I just think that Reeves has changed so many shots for Montverde. Even with a chance to get points here for Whitehead, Reeves is not letting it come easy for Montverde.
And how effective is he just in doing those things? Imagine when he gets super confident offensively, he will be a double-double force.
Yeah, he is still growing into that body, but already an impact player as Whitehead converts on the first to make it a 3-point game.
Yeah, Oak Hill, man, has to limit the empty possessions. And I love all their players, but they're really not sharing the basketball like they should, and it could cost them in this game.
Whitehead makes both, only 6 points, but look for him to be a major factor here in the final 4 minutes. Foster breaks the press. Foster kicks. Mintz down the lane, has to back it out.
And Mintz may have gotten away with a little extra step there. He's so quick that you sometimes don't catch it.
Yeah, his mind is moving so fast, sometimes his feet don't keep up. Did that on the previous possession, too. Mintz into Iwachukwu, missed it, tapped out. Here comes Montverde. Hood Schifino leading a 3-on-2, all the way in, and beats McBride to the spot, and this game is tied again.
Wow, great play by Hood Schifino. He knew all the way that he was either going to get that basket or get fouled. And here we go, you've got to pass the basketball, and these Oak Hill players have got to move.
Mintz fading away is blocked by Renew. Hood Schifino on the break again. He's got teammates. Whitehead throws it down to give the Eagles the lead.
And momentum has shifted once again. It's a game of runs, and how true is that? Oak Hill has to burn a timeout, down 2.
A good timeout, though. I think that's a perfect time for one. They have 5 of them left, now 4, with 3:23 to go in the fourth. We can step aside here on VSN, catch our breath. We've got a good one here in the title game. Three minutes and 23 seconds remaining in this City of Palms Classic. Oak Hill was up just moments ago, and Montverde storming back with their full court press and some transition opportunities to take a 2-point lead.
The resiliency of Montverde is showing right now. One key thing that might be not noticeable to everyone, Kevin Boyle kept number 5 Renew in when he actually was called for the foul on the screen. He's been a contributor, and he continued to have faith in him and keep him in. I think that is really, really key for Montverde right now.
Yeah, this is the 5 that Coach Boyle has decided to go with in crunch time. It includes the 7-footer Iwachukwu, and then Mitchell and Renew, who have been so good throughout this game. You've also got Hood Shafino, who has come alive, and Whitehead, their veteran.
Good D by Mitchell.
Mint's going to take the jumper and knock it down. Well, is there any doubt that Judah Mintz is going to make shots here down the stretch?
No, he wants it every time. He wants it every time. He believes. I talked about the belief system. Judah Mintz really believes they're going to win tonight.
Under 2:50 remaining, tied at 48. These two powerhouses going blow for blow here in Fort Myers. Burned a lot of shot clock, have the Eagles already down to 11.
I think it's good patience here. They're making Oak Hill guard them.
There's the handoff to Whitehead. He pulls up over Reeves. My goodness! Tariq Whitehead bringing rain.
What a time to put on a best performance and step out
that almost
as a big-time shooter.
That almost hit the fingernail of Christian Reeves.
That is a huge shot with 2 minutes left here in the final quarter. And you can dribble, big guy.
There are still some possessions left, but that could be the difference. Mintz into the leading defender, and a block is called on Renew. And so Mintz can get 2 of those points right back.
Yeah, Renew was moving with the offensive player there.
Yeah, it's one of those where the feet are set, but the body is still shifting with the offensive player. And so it is a block on Renew, and Mintz gets 2 free throws. And he's got 20 points to lead all scorers and a chance for 2 more, and these are critical.
And the clock stops.
Oh, they better get a body on Tariq Whitehead on that next possession, because he is starting to really heat up when it matters. Again, he was with the only returning player from the 2019 Montverde team that won this championship. Again, that team included Cade Cunningham. That team included Moses Moody.
Who went to Arkansas, that's with Golden State right now.
It included Scotty Barnes.
LaRon Sharp.
Dayron Sharp.
Dayron, thank you.
Ryan Nemhard, Langston Love, Zeb Jackson. Those were the guys who played. And Caleb Houston, who now is at Michigan.
That's incredible. A list of talent.
And that's about where these guys are going to be in 2 years.
Absolutely.
Makes it a 1-point game, 51-50.
You see some pressure here from Oak Hill just to try to be disruptive and also pinch into that shot clock a little bit.
Yeah,
make them run something offensively that will maybe get them to hurry. 2-3 zone also by Oak Hill. More of a matchup zone.
And neither team concerned about time right now. It's all about execution. Hood Shafino weaving through, gives it up. Mitchell on the baseline over Reeves. Reeves got the block. Renew goes up strong, couldn't finish. Renew's second chance goes down.
How about that? How about that?
How many times have we seen that tonight? Renew with 2 and 3 offensive rebounds and able to finally stuff it in.
Thoroughly impressed with that young man tonight.
Reeves gives the ball fake, hands to Foster.
And Reeves flashes open right now underneath.
Foster gives it to Reeves. There's the cut and a beautiful find from Foster.
And he moved without the basketball. It's beautiful when players do that and you reward them.
Under 1 minute to go. We've got a 1-point game. The title on the line and a timeout from Kevin Boyle. Both teams with 4 timeouts still remaining. And he is going to use a full, it looks like.
The 2 unsuspecting players, based off of past performance at this tournament, Mitchell with 14, Renew with 12. We expected from Whitehead to light the world on fire. He does have 11, but those are the 2 players that are leading the team right now in scoring.
Yeah, those are kind of your positionless 6'7" guys who are springy in a tight game with a lot of size and physicality. It makes sense to me that they would step up. They are relentless, both of them. Mitchell a little smoother, Renew a little more in your face, but they can both get it done. And I'm also impressed with, the trust in Iwachukwu, who's new to the program, didn't play much last night, but he's been a presence down low. And then how about Christian Reeves? Only 6 points, but a big bucket there and not shy in this big moment.
Yeah, they have missed him. I've been preaching it all night that Oak Hill, if they're going to take one thing away, win or lose from this game, is they really didn't go to the post hardly at all. And I think that could potentially be an opportunity even as they move forward past tonight.
And if you're looking for a player to make a game-winning play, I would say Whitehead for Montverde and Livingston for Oak Hill. He's been a little quiet in the second half. He's made a couple of plays, but he is their go-to guy and really stepped up last night in the semis.
Both of these teams are crafty defensively. You got to be careful of the support D that slips underneath for that charge if you are Livingston going to the bucket. Same as Whitehead as well. Oak Hill's been doing a pretty good job of rotating in that paint. You just got to be really, really careful with this possession.
And they're sticking with the zone. Livingston has 4 fouls. Shot clock already down to 12. There's a backdoor cut and a dunk. Dylan Mitchell.
Are you kidding me?
Mitchell on the feed from Hood Schifino. And now Oak Hill can't waste time. They're down 3. Less than 30 seconds to go. Livingston going to draw a lot of attention. Guarded by Mitchell all the way through, and he's fouled.
Wow.
Livingston had nowhere to go, no angle towards the rim. Reeves was crashing, but it would have been too late to get it to him, and so Livingston gets a much-needed whistle to go to the line.
I want to go back down here to Mitchell. It was either a dunk or bust. He put it all out there. He has been so active around the rim, and I've been so impressed with him, just taking whatever is available to him, and it's been so productive for the Eagles today.
And a well-designed play from Coach Boyle as well. They knew that zone was coming at him again, and they knew exactly what to do, and Livingston misses the first. That is huge.
Up to this point, Oak Hill has been an 87% free throw shooting team this game, but throw that out the window. It doesn't matter. It matters what you do right now.
Gregory comes in for McBride.
I'm not sure what happened here. They're saying that Oak Hill called timeout. One of the coaches, and Livingston shot that free throw. He made it. Now he'll get that second free throw. Called that off.
Oh, my goodness, he missed them both. Iwachukwu scoops it up, and now they have to foul. Foster will, and Whitehead can put this game on ice.
And I'm not really sure there's anyone that you would want to foul on his team, but Whitehead is one that you don't want to foul. They had no choice.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, John, just so many missed opportunities, but overall, they're high school players, and this atmosphere is just amazing. Both teams have really put on a good show tonight.
They have. They need this one. Whitehead missed it, but an offensive rebound by Iwachukwu. Is that a jump? It's a jump. The arrow favors Montverde.
Wow, I thought Iwachukwu might have stepped out of bounds, or even they call the walking, and that's a huge break for Montverde. They're going to call a quick timeout.
Yeah, Kevin Boyle is going to talk it over as well. With 16 seconds left in this ball game, and boy, that was a shocking miss by Whitehead.
Wow, the free throws from Livingston. You got a big-time player step up. And not to put too much emphasis on just one play, but you really needed those free throws. They're so important, and he missed them.
And both teams did.
Both teams did.
Who's probably
Absolutely.
the one guy you would want at the line in that situation. He misses the front end of that 1-and-1. And so now Kevin Boyle has to design an inbound play to make sure his team can catch it. And even if they do, it's another front end of a 1-and-1. So if they miss that, it's still just a one-possession game. Even if they make it, there's still enough time to get down the court, get a quick 2, and then foul again.
Well, I think there's going to be so much emphasis on Whitehead and Schifino. I would look for Mitchell to get this opportunity to ice this game. I really would. Either Mitchell or Renew, maybe Iwachukwu stepping up, but I think one of those 3 players is going to be the go-to right now.
They have to reset the clock, which for some reason ran during that timeout, so we've got a break, and they put it back up there, 16.7. Yeah, this inbound so important. Kevin Boyle had the whiteboard out. They've got plenty of size to try and catch it. Look at Renew running circles. Iwachukwu hands, and they do foul Iwachukwu. They were trying to get the quick flip to Hood Schifino, but instead it will be the USC commit going to the line for a 1-and-1.
And Iwachukwu welcomed it. I love it with the fist, the fire in the belly. He wants it. He wants to ice this game and go home.
Yeah, confident, but now the reality sets in. He's got to make it, and now a whistle. Not sure what that was about. I think the down official gave 2 shots, but it is a 1-and-1. So they will muscle up here on the potential rebound.
Whitehead out here hugging on.
Oh, it's off Oak Hill again. That one off of Gregory as Mitchell was battling for it, and another inbound coming.
Wow, what do you think both teams will be doing in practice this week coming?
Probably shooting free throws.
I would bet on it.
Mitchell looking, finally gets it to Hood Schifino, and that's exactly who the Eagles wanted to get the ball to, and now Hood Schifino will shoot a 1-and-1.
Somebody has got to make the 1-and-1, right?
Yes.
What are the odds? Is Schifino going to do it? Going to Indiana, sharpshooter here for this team. We thought so with Whitehead as well, but Montverde has had so many opportunities to ice this game.
And finally, they get a front end to go. And that makes it a 2-score game with only 14 seconds to go.
Yes, and Oak Hill's got to get it up in a hurry and quickly foul or call a timeout.
If he makes this, you probably need a 3. And he does. Not a lot of time, and it's going to be 2 shots for Montverde on the next possession.
You got to go quick.
Foster,
too much dribbling.
Long 3 for Foster. Banked it in! And a quick timeout from Oak Hill to stop the clock at 8.9.
Wow.
This game is still in the balance.
It doesn't matter how it goes in. It only matters that it went in, and that one went.
Boy, Foster and the Warriors catch a break, and they are still alive.
Foster must be living right. That's all I've got to say.
That gets him into double digits, 22 for Mintz, 10 for Foster, 10 for Livingston. And now Oak Hill will look to foul, but obviously they'll go for a steal first. And they have to, Montverde has to decide who they want to try and get the ball to. Hood Schifino looks steady right there on his free throws, but they will be in the double bonus now. So if you're a Montverde fan, you could rest assured they'll get 2 free throws here. And if you make both, the game is almost over. If you make 1 out of 2, Oak Hill is still alive.
And for Oak Hill, you got to be careful. You do not overcommit, and you got to be careful for that leak out. Whitehead tried it in the first half. They defended it well. You've really got to be conscious of that.
See both of these legendary coaches earning their money in that huddle. Coach Smith, Coach Boyle have done a terrific job, in their careers and with these teams in particular. And throughout this tournament, trying to go a perfect 4-0 in the best tournament field in high school basketball. It's going to be Mitchell to inbound. He can run the baseline. He does. Hood Schifino in the corner is quickly fouled. Let's see if they give it to Mintz or Livingston. If it's Livingston, he's done.
I think it's on Mintz. The referees are smarter than that.
Yeah, it is on Mintz, although Livingston gave some contact too.
He did. And
So
officials certainly want to keep these players, the best players in there to compete. Timeout by Steve Smith. And Oak Hill.
So I'll talk it over again, but boy, this tournament has not disappointed. There were a lot of blowouts the first couple days, but this tournament has picked up steam, and we've seen some outstanding clubs, not just these Final Four that have been our headliners in our primetime games the last 2 nights, but during the day as well. I know we both love the Dr. Phillips team from Orlando with 3 absolute stars. Ernest Uday Jr. raising his stock at this tournament, a big man headed to Kansas. Calvary Christian went 3-1, a team from the state of Florida. They're from Fort Lauderdale. They rotated 6 high-level D1 commits with their club. So a great talent all up and down this tournament field, not just in the field of 16, but in that signature series and the Sunshine Series as well. Last night was AZ Compass's time to shine as one of the premier academies in the country as well. So, I mean, what can you add to that? Because we've seen so many great players and teams.
I don't think you can. If you're Donnie Wilkie, the talent director, which I'll call him, I'm not sure what his official title is, you're really trying to already think about next year tonight.
Yeah.
You know, because you've probably got a lot of teams here that will be back. And, John, we've mentioned it many, many times. This is such a young field.
Yeah.
A lot of young players. I would not be surprised to see the Boozer twins in a Montverde Academy uniform soon.
We'll see. We'll see who goes after the Boozer twins. Their Christopher Columbus team won a one-off game at the beginning of the tournament and were immediately invited to the field next year. And so right now they are penciled in to be one of the 16 teams in the main bracket. Hood Schifino at the free throw line with big shots. And he makes the first. So one more big one left.
Kevin Boyle, Coach Kevin Boyle, took a seat for maybe the first time this whole game.
Oak Hill burns another one to try and ice Hood Schifino.
Well, you do anything and you do everything right now. They're still in it. It's 7.9 seconds. If you get it down quick and you hit a quick shot, 2 or 3, you're still in this game whether Schifino makes it or not.
They will generally announce next year's teams over the summer. The bids are kind of floating around based on how the talent floats around from semester to semester. But, you know, if these teams right here want to come back, they absolutely can. Same goes for IMG, maybe AZ Compass eventually in the main fields, and plenty of other teams that could come back. Usually they'll recycle more than half the main field. Usually only 4 to 8 of the 16 will come back from the prior year. But we will see some of these teams again next December. Big shot here for the title. It is good. And now Oak Hill has got to make multiple buckets in less than 7 seconds.
They got to move quick here.
Livingston's 3 is off the mark, and that should do it.
Picked up his dribble too soon, John.
Out of bounds with 2 seconds to go. Montverde will send it in, and that should do it. Inbound to Whitehead. They get the foul before the buzzer sounds, so 2 more free throws coming for Derek Whitehead.
It's a mass exodus here in the arena with the crowd. Great crowd tonight. They love their basketball here.
Whitehead just putting on the finishing touches. His first is no good. Oak Hill will touch it up, and that will be that. They'll have a trophy presentation after the game. 60-55 could be the final. They're going to launch it the length of the court, well short. And for the 5th time in the last 10 years, the Montverde Eagles are champions of the Culligan City of Palms Classic.